Hi, this is a continuation video of illustrations explaining concepts relating to the profit and loss appropriation account. We've learned what an appropriation is and the fact that an appropriation can be made only if there are available profits and also only to the extent of the profit which is available. Also, appropriation cannot be made when there is a loss. Now, what happens when the appropriation is greater than the profit which is available? Let's say the available profit is only rupees 10,000, but the appropriation totals up to, let's say, 18,000 or 20,000. Then what do we do in such a case? This example illustrates this concept of the steps to be taken when we find that the appropriation to be made is greater than the available profits. Let's go to the example. Example: A and B are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. A is a non-working partner. He contributes 2 lakh as his capital. B is a working partner of the firm. The partnership deed provides for interest on capital at 8% per annum and salary to every working partner at rupees 800 per month. The profits before providing for interest on capital and the partner salary for the year ended 31st March 2019 is rupees 8,000. Prepare the profit and loss appropriation account for the year ended 31st March 2019. So let's go ahead and prepare the profit and loss appropriation account. Profit and loss appropriation account for the year ended 31st March 2019. The net profit is given as rupees 8,000. Let's bring down the net profit to the P&L appropriation account by profit and loss account. The net profit brought down. This is 8,000 rupees. Now we'll calculate the appropriation which has to be made. The appropriations interest on capital to A. This is equal to 2 lakh into 8%, which is equal to rupees 16,000. And the salary to the working partner B is equal to 800 per month for 12 months, which is equal to 9,600. So the total of the appropriation is equal to 16,000 plus 9,600, which is equal to rupees 25,600. So it's very clear over here that the appropriation to be made is greater than the available profits. In this case, the appropriation is 25,600 and the available profit is only 8,000. As discussed in the theoretical video, the steps in such a situation is as follows. The first step is to find out the amount of appropriation to be made, which we have already done. For A it's 16,000 IOC and for B it's 9,600 salary. Now the step 2, what we need to do is to get the ratio of the appropriation which has to be made. So 16,000 is to 9,600. Twenty is to 12. Therefore, we get that the ratio of the appropriation to be made is 5 is to 3, which is, in other words, 16,000 is to 9,600 has been brought down to 5 is to 3. Now, the third step is to divide the available profits, which is 8,000, in the ratio of the appropriation which has to be made, that is 5 is to 3. So for IOC, for A we get 8,000 into 5 divided by 8, which is equal to rupees 5,000, and salary to B, which is 8,000 into 3 divided by 8, which is equal to rupees 3,000. And the final step 4 is to debit the profit and loss appropriation account with the amount of appropriation that is possible. So I'll debit it to interest on capital for A, 5,000 rupees, and to salary to B, 3,000 rupees. There is no balance distributable profit which can be transferred to the partners in their profit sharing ratio. So we can balance the profit and loss appropriation account. So in this concept and in this example, we learnt how to apply the 4 steps to complete the profit and loss appropriation account. To recall, first determine the appropriation to be made, which is the step 1. Step 2 is to find out the ratio of the appropriation which has to be made. The third step is to divide whatever profit is available in the ratio of the appropriation which has to be made. And finally, debit the appropriation of P&L appropriation account with whatever appropriation is possible. Remember, no specific item gets preference over the other. Interest on capital does not get preference over salary or vice versa. Similarly, no specific partner gets preference over the other partner in appropriation. A does not get preference over B, nor does B get preference over A.